Well, the Madhouse lived up to its reputation on Saturday night, July 24th in the year 2021. Check out this edition of Rattling the Rollcage as yours truly, racing's greatest showman, recaps the highlights right here. Well, you know, perhaps the only guy luckier than Zack Clifton on Saturday night was the guy who won the John Deere lawnmower. Shout out to Mark James of Ruffin, North Carolina, winner of a John Deere S120 lawnmower with a 42-inch cut from James River Equipment Company. Folks, that's a $2,000 lawnmower. And the location on Ronaldo Road in Pofftown, right outside of Winston-Salem, is the one who does the promotion. So thank you to James River Equipment, and go see those folks. Well, speaking of Zack Clifton, he finally broke the ice in a 100-lapper at the Madhouse for his 23rd victory there. Now he needs just one more to break into a tie with the great ones Steve Flemons and Mark Knott for 10th on the all-time winners list. Well, Justin Taylor, the reigning Sportsman champion, dominated most of the Colors Edge 100, but to use some wrestling lingo, there were lots of false finishes in this one. Now, I won't attempt to remember who wrecked who, but I do know that Spencer Martin and Justin Taylor are probably not going to be exchanging Christmas cards. And there was the Tiger Tommy Neal who tangled with Amber Lynn after Tiger had a flat tire. Just hard racing there, folks. And I suppose that Zach Oreo will not be sharing his cookies anytime soon with Kyle Southern or Kirk Sheets. End result, after years of losing the big one with some terrible luck, good fortune finally smiled upon Zack Clifton in the Colors Edge Sportsman 100. Shout out to Jacob Creed, recovering from multiple incidents to finish second, and a great third place effort for part-timer Jeff Garrison. And our friend from Thomasville, Mitch Gales, grabbed fourth. Michael Adams finished fifth, and Yadkinville Mikey, he's still no likey. Well, despite the wreck, Tiger Tommy held on to the point lead. He now has a 9-point advantage over Zach Orr in second, and Amber Lynn just 15 points back in third. Switching gears to the Brad's Golf Cars Modifieds, Tim Brown kept his pole-winning speed from a rained-out July 10th event and won the first 25-lap modified race without much ado. Brown drew 10th in the Madhouse Scramble drawing to invert that second 25-lap race, leaving 2014 champion Danny Bone with the pole. A Truck Series regular and Jersey boy Bone led all 25 laps of the second race, holding off a hard-charging Jason Myers. Hey, shout out to Brandon Ward, who finished third in both races. And noteworthy, in that second race, reigning champion Burt Myers had a rare spin in the south turn, and it resulted in an 11th place finish. I spoke with Myers after the race, and he was not happy with what he felt was a hair-triggered caution flag that did more harm than good as he went back to the rear. End result, the Rocket Tim Brown keeps the point lead with win number 94 of his Bowman Gray Stadium career, the most all-time of anyone in a main event, and an 8th place effort in race number 2. And with the Myers bobble, he dropped from a tie for first to second, now 10 points behind the Rocket Man. By the way, a 17th place finish in race number 2 may ultimately be the difference maker in whether Jonathan Brown can win his first modified championship. That was a big hole that he dug on Saturday night. Well, Lee Jeffries had a clean night with 5th and 6th in the 2 races, moving him into 3rd in the points. Let's shift gears to the street stock division. And man, there's a lot to unpack here for a little old 20-lap race. Folks, I have not seen the video, and I don't get to see all of the racing because I'm either working or maybe moving from downstairs to my position up in the tower. But it appears we may have a war brewing in the street stock division. David Creed won the street stock race until NASCAR officials said he didn't because of an unspecified rules violation, and runner-up Brian Wall inherited. I love that word. I want to inherit $1 million, but everybody in my family's broke. Well, anyway, the People's Champ won, folks. It was his 14th Bowman Gray Stadium victory in street stock competition. The alcoholic Oh, alcoholic beverage specialist from Lexington needs just one more to break into a tie with Billy Duggins, Spider Kimmel, and Dwight Moser for 10th on the all-time winners list. By the way, these stats are compiled by my friend Justin Mincy, and I triple check them. So they're right. Move along now. Shout out to the big bust man, Kenny Bost, who wound up with second in his very first street stock race ever at the Madhouse. Not bad for a dude who hadn't raced in almost 3 years on the famed quarter mile. High five to Austin Jones, who got his first top 5 finish at the Madhouse, where his legendary grandfather won 5 straight modified titles, 6 total, and 28 main event victories. Way to go, Austin! By the way, Body Slam Billy Gregg got RKO'd out of nowhere in this race, but he still managed to hold on to the point lead. Billy Gregg's lead went from 18 to 12 points over Christian Joyce, who also wrecked, just not as quickly. Now, rumor has it that Billy Gregg will be expanding to a 9-car team and is bringing America's Most Liked wrestling champion Caprice Coleman and Timmy Lou Retton there as enforcers. Timmy Lou Retton? What kind of a gimmick is that? I believe JB could whip his ass. Anyways, the Slim Reaper finally won at the Madhouse in the 4-cylinder stadium stock division. By the way, have you heard these things idle? The only thing stock in stadium stock is Dennis Weaver's car. Hey, Brandon Brindle finished 4th, and paint and body shops all over town were laying off workers on Monday as Brindle's car didn't have a scratch on it again. Brandon, are you feeling okay? Oh, he's quite fine, thank you, atop the stadium stock point standings with a whopping 2-point lead. And I told you all to watch that Slim Reaper fella. It was the 8th Bowman Gray victory for the blade-wielding son of Jason Keaton. The young buck has 5 more to go to catch his pop's 13 victories on the famed quarter mile. By the way, my new assistant, Randy Pettitt, got turned loose on the 2nd stadium stock race and did a nice job from calling it from the stands. Listen, folks, it's hard with that microphone talking out there when you hear yourself coming back in your ear every 3 seconds. Well, while the other Randy was doing the heavy lifting, I had a chance to sneak off and visit some very special fans. And trust me, I never get tired of meeting our awesome fans at the Madhouse. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that come to the races and follow us on Facebook and Rattling the Rollcage. And for the guy in Kernersville and many others who call me a clown, you damn right I'm a clown. And I'm going to keep on being a clown as long as it brings a smile to kids and those who are kids at heart. My clothing sponsors, the Runway at Haynes Mall and Solid Rock Carriers, wanted me to announce that we'll have more of those colorful berets that I was giving out. So kids, look out, Randy's got more hats to give away. 14-year-old Isaac Harris as the winner of Saturday night's other 15-lap stadium stock race. The young man looked about 12 years old when he got out of the car, but he drove more like he was 42 and did a really nice job for his first victory at Bowman Gray in what I believe was his very first start in a stadium stock machine. Way to go, Isaac! Well, fans, we've only got 4 more events at the Madhouse this season, and I hope you don't miss a single one. Fox 8 meteorologist Van Denton said he will return on Saturday night, August the 7th, to help yours truly call the first of 2 straight demolition derbies. And he's going to bring back his bright red sequin jacket that I gave him, but I've got another surprise for him. Can you guys keep a secret? Fox 8 has a campaign to stuff the bus with donations of school supplies and money to help needy kids in the Triad have what they need to start the school year. Well, 3 things on that subject. Number 1, yours truly is donating $200 personally in the name of Van Denton for him so graciously agreeing to help me announce the Demolition Derby. Secondly, a fan came up to me in the rain on July the 10th and said he would match my $200 donation. Well, this gentleman by the name of Mike Brandeis is a huge fan of Bowman Gray Racing, and he just happened to grow up at the children's home in Winston-Salem. And if there wasn't for good people in the community giving back, Mike would not be where he is today with a good job and a good life. And finally, my third point, I was one of those kids when I was little. You see, my wonderful mother was dealt a life-changing setback when I was only 4 years old, and we lost my father in a horrible accident. Well, unbeknownst to me at the time, there were some great people in the community that helped her buy clothes for me and my brother and sister and stocked our kitchen with food. So, I feel compelled to give back, and I hope you will join me in remembering to bring school supplies and donate them to Fox 8 on Saturday night, August 7th, or you can just bring some extra money if you forget. And thank you to all of you out there who are givers of both your time and your money. Speaking of giving back to the community, big shout out to the Bowman Gray Stadium Racing Ladies Auxiliary, who gave out $500 scholarships to both Emma Myers and Alexis Penninger. Emma is Jennifer and Jason Myers' daughter, and Alexis's parents are Peggy and Wayne Penninger, and Wayne is a crew member for Tim Brown. Congratulations to Emma and Alexis as they go off to college and make us proud. And a big, big thank you to all the members of the Bowman Gray Racing Ladies Auxiliary for all that they do for our sport and our community. Well, last word here, the rained out Demolition Derby from July 10th was added to the August 14th event at the Madhouse, and that is when my son Brandon is going to take his first shot at participating in the action at the Madhouse. You guys better look out. He's a natural. You see, Brandon finished third in his very first race in the IndyCar division at Franklin County Speedway during our 50th anniversary season there that I was a part of back in 2018. Well, thank you to all of our show sponsors, Solid Rock Carriers, Strutmasters.com, Rooster's Country Store in Kernersville, H&A Directional Boring of Snow Camp, and my friends at the Runway at Haynes Mall that got great shirts like these and great fine menswear. And a very, very special thanks to the Monday Morning Racer for all of his help in getting our show on YouTube. By the way, be sure to catch his great video about why everyone should visit the Madhouse. If you have friends and family that maybe they just don't get it, you need to show them Lee's video on Monday Morning Racer and share it with anybody across the Southeast, because Bowman Gray Stadium is a bucket list destination for fans everywhere. You know, it's really, on the surface, just an old racetrack and an old stadium. But what makes it special is you. And thank you so much for the honor of sharing it with you. I'll see you at the track, and may all your days be race days.